Royal Ones, this is Miss Gigi coming at you again with another juicy episode. Let's get straight into it. Do you know how to have a conversation with a man when you're at the dinner, when he comes over for Netflix and chill? When you say, "Babe, let's come downstairs and watch a movie. We need to talk. Let's have a conversation." This makes up 50% of the 50% of relationship, and the other 50% is quality time and getting to know each other. But also it's about having a conversation. How are you and your man? What are y'all talking about? How much about this man do you know? This is called having a sapio-sexual conversation. Let's get straight into it. Because I hate small talk. I don't want a mediocre relationship. I want to talk about something extraordinary. What does that mean? We want to talk about stuff like atoms and death and aliens, magic. Think about magic, the Harry Potter stuff. that's different. But that keeps the conversation going. Um, Talk about sex. That's always, but touch on that situation lightly because eventually that's where you're going towards at the end of the night. So don't delve too much into sex. Talk about it a little bit, but move forward. Um, talk about what happened on your job. The job on your last job or your day. Something that happened because if you're working and she's working, talk about what happened in your day. Um, Talk about the meaning of life. What does that mean for you? What does that look like? Because you're together as a couple. So when I'm with you, what is the meaning of life for you when we're together? Talk about that. Like faraway galaxies, like these planets. Like, oh my God, there's life on Mars. Like, oh my God, what is that? Do you really think about aliens? You think there's aliens up there? I mean, gosh. Do you think we go to hell when we die? Like, what do you think? Is there a heaven? You really believe that? Like that is just fascinating, to think about. Like, that's different. What what music makes you feel different? Like jazz music automatically stills me. It makes me feel grounded, and it makes me automatically I go into meditation and thought mode. Like when there's jazz or classical music, if you're playing it too much, I'm gonna eventually go into my head, and you're gonna be like, Gigi, Gigi, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna be physically present, but I'm gonna be in another atmosphere in my mind. I'm gonna just, yeah. Classical music makes me feel different. It makes me feel more relaxed. What are your favorite memories growing up and as an adult? What are your favorite memories now prior to this relationship? Yeah. So what lies have you told? Let's play the game truth or lies. What's the last lie that you told, and when is the last time you actually told the truth? Let's just be honest. What are your strengths and weaknesses? I know this is getting a little bit of vulnerability, but um, what are your favorite scents? I love the smell of vanilla caramel chocolate. Like that really just makes the room. I like when a room smells like sweet scents to me. Like I like the fresh scent of pine sol and bleach for my kitchen. um, how was your childhood growing up? Like, with your parents, what was that like? What was your favorite childhood memory? Uh, what keeps you up at night? Like, what are you thinking about at 2 a.m.? Yeah, yeah. What are you thinking right now? What are your insecurities and what are your fears? Um, let's talk more about your life. Like, Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? What are you working on right now? What are your long term goals? What are your short term goals? Um, and I want my partner to attend church. Like I'm a Christian. Like I like and also I like a prayer warrior. I like to pray together like every day on a daily basis. So I want us to pray for each other when you're having a good day or a bad day. That's why I need to know how your day is going so I'll know what to pray for. I believe in couples counseling. Do you believe in couples counseling? Like if we start to have problems in our relationship, we got to go and sit down and talk to somebody. What do you think about premarital counseling? Like before we have problems or before we get married, we need to sit down and talk to somebody before it happens. It's doing our preventive measures before it happens, before it falls apart. We need to see. I believe I like Christian counseling. What is okay? Like I want to build a completely new life from my past life. I want to do something completely different, have a completely different approach to this thing I call life. And so that's why we're having this conversation. I just want you to understand that. Um, I like to travel more. I will travel more. I'm passionate about my country, Cameroon. I'm giving back, traveling more, doing more philanthropy work. I make constant donations to the orphanages and everything like that. So I'm really, really, passionate about Cameroon. I'm leaning into my own empowerment. I'm learning and loving more about myself. I am trying to build a stronger bond with my son and spending more quality time with him. And no matter what happens, God is a constant and at the forefront of my life. He's like I said, I am a Christian. I read my Bible. Does that offend you? I need a prayer warrior. And when I cannot or do not feel like going to church when all hell is breaking loose in our life, I need a man to cover me and pray for me, you know, um, motivate me. I'm not, that's where I'm at in my life right now. That's the type of man I need in my life. I like to have sex like 5 or 6 times a week. Like I like that. That's what I like. But I don't want having any more children. I don't want any more children right now. But I just want to enjoy sex. I want to enjoy you, enjoy us, enjoy quality time together, and enjoy the act of being intimate without having young children involved. I don't want to be pregnant. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go through the morning sickness. I don't want to go through the vomiting. I'm not ready for that. I don't want to do that. My son is 17. I don't want to start over. He'll be 18 this year. I'm not ready for kids. I'm good where we're at. Um I want you to have a life outside of this relationship. Don't make me the focal point every single day because what I have to do, I'm focused on it and I can't focus on you completely 100%. So don't make me your focal point because I will disappoint you. I might let you down. I'm not going to show up and be there for you every single time, but I don't want you to depend on me and make me your number one, priority outside of work, outside of our relationship. I really would like for you to have an extracurricular activity going on. So when we come together, we can have something to talk about. Um, I would like to see you like, 5 or 6 times a week. I like to talk every day, do activities together, meet your friends and family, you meet my friends and family. We talk daily, be dedicated to a common cause or activity. Commitment means that, we're in this together, you know. It's an engagement where we have the same beliefs. What does a relationship look like for you? You know, I don't after my last divorce, I discovered that I don't want to be a man's nurse or purse. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I don't want to date a guy that's got a lot of medical issues and I'm gonna have to take care of him. And I don't want a man, I'm not being selfish, but I just don't want you to have 5 and 6 prescriptions for diseases and illnesses. I like a guy that's a lot more healthier. And I don't want a guy that's broke either, because you gotta have a job, you gotta have money, you gotta have something going on for yourself. I'm not dating anyone with potential. I would just like for you to have a lot more going on for yourself. Because then I'll feel like I'm settling. And then if I feel like I'm settling and I'm not going to be happy, and then you're not going to be happy, because I have a tendency of making sure no one in this house is happy. Even plants die around me. That's the truth. My relationship standards, I like to spend, like I said, 5 or 6 days a week together. I like to have sex often. I like shared hobbies, mutual interests, spending time with friends and family, traveling together. I believe in couples counseling if needed, premarital counseling if we're going to get married. That's important. Emotional intimacy that leads to us getting married, like sitting here talking to each other, like right now. Um, you know, Teamwork, building skills, working on building our skills in private so that we can, talk daily and build up these skills so we know and understand each other completely. I like short beards and short mustaches, like don't have like body hair, like chest hair is disgusting, like back hair, like no, hairy arms and the hairy chest and hairy back and hairy armpits and hairy legs. It's like you are a monster and I don't like it, and get off of me. It's totally disgusting. Hair on your groins, like your pelvic hair. No, that's gross. Less is more with the hair. Hair on your head and hair on your mustache and beard. That's enough. Like, gosh. um, what have you accomplished in your life at this age? You are proud of. Are you happy with what you accomplished, or do you feel like you can do more? Do you like your physical appearance? You think you like the way you look? Yeah. What do you like about yourself? And don't describe what you do or what you look like, but what makes you you? Like, what makes you unique? Like me, my black girl magic is my brain, like my mind. I love the way I think. Like, oh my gosh, like I can see both sides of a coin, and I can really put myself in someone else's shoes. Like that is just really ironic. Um, I'm really careful about what I take in. Like I could go for months without watching TV. Like people find that weird. It's like, how the hell you know what's going on? Well, I hear it, and then I'm on social media, but then I have the tendency, I turn on the TV sometimes, and I stay in tune, but I try not to watch too much news. I try to turn that stuff off. Like I'm careful about what I let in my ear gate and my eyes. I'm selective because that's gonna affect my mood and my mindset. So I gotta stay focused on what I'm doing in my life and my business so I could be a better, more productive person. Ah, what's your story, man? Like really, like what's your story of triumph? What did you overcome? Like I gotta what's your story? What makes you you? What happened? What happened in your past? What's going on with that? um let's take personal accountability. Now you know what you did was wrong, or oh, you shouldn't have done that. Like what was that thing for you that that you really shouldn't have done that? Like you just like, okay, this is my truth. All right. Be open, honest, and transparent. It's difficult for people to do that because you feel ashamed about your past. There's something that you did. Let's just trust me. Let's just let me know that side of you, so I'll feel, so be vulnerable with me so I can be vulnerable with you, and then so that That's emotional support, trust me. I'm not gonna judge you only after you tell me, but come on. Um, are you healing, or are you healed from your past hurt or trauma, or are you still healing? Like you're still a little bit pissed off about it? Oh gosh, you mad about who hurt you? You haven't forgiven anybody? Have you forgiven them? Do you forgive? Um, you don't want to be with someone who takes themselves too seriously, though. They could do their hair and their makeup and wear nice clothes and have nice wardrobe, but you want someone that's relaxed and easy to talk to, easygoing and laid back. You know, um, you don't want to rely on someone. You want someone that's independent, not relying on someone to live, that takes accountability for their own life. They can pay their own bills and, things like that. You want someone that's excellent and takes pride in their self and their appearance no matter where they go. You want someone that fears God and keeps you stable and keeps you grounded. Um, are you extremely political? Don't have, I like because I'm religious and I'm Christian. I love Jesus. This is like a no-brainer. I have a flexible lifestyle, meaning I will go where you are for 6 months and then I will come back to where I am for 6 months. Are you currently, doing, self-help therapy to heal from your past hurts, childhood traumas, or adulthood pain from your past hurt marriages or family pain? I will settle for a guy that's actually raising his children, but it's got to be like a backstory. Like, what's your reason for having full custody of your kids? Like, I wanna know more about that. That's interesting. How long have you been at your current, profession? How long you been working in this field? And do you like it, or do you want to switch? But I kind of need you to be stable. But I just kind of want to know, like, how long you how long you been in this profession? Have you always wanted to do this? Is you have that dream of this is what I want to do when I grow up? Is that what this is? This type of situation? When I was 10 years old, I always wanted to work in this field. Um, I prefer the date a vegetarian or a vegan, but I will settle for a meat eater because my son is a meat eater. So he never transitioned over to eat like me. But I prefer, but I will settle for a vegan. Say that. um, do you exercise? You eat healthy? Are you trying? Well, all right, okay. Um, I don't drink that much. I drink socially, but not all the time. Let's talk about deal breakers. Let's talk about deal breakers. I Something that needs to be evaluated on the second and third date that needs to be addressed on the first date. I'm a former smoker. I used to smoke for like 18 years and I detoxed my body in 2021. So I'm on the Dr. Sabi diet and I don't want to date someone that smokes because that's going to mess me up completely. So I won't even give you time. I won't even give you any, you won't even get a half a date out of me if you smoke that because that smell, it really, like I detox my whole body and now it has a certain reaction. I have a certain